Oh, hi, it's Randy Kelly. But today we're talking about anxiety because I am so sick of this shit, specifically social anxiety, because that's what I have. People are shocked. I do not seem like I am socially anxious. If you meet me, I'm really friendly and bubbly. Believe it or not, I am shy. Like, people are shocked. They're like, Randy, you are not shy. You talk a lot. You like attention. First of all, I don't even like attention anymore. That's so yesterday. Like, I used to like a lot of attention. I'm gonna be real right now. I used to say things, do things, I would post things, I would say and do whatever it took to get people talking about me, to get people remembering me, and it worked. It definitely worked, but here's what I've learned is that usually that's negative attention and then people end up not liking you because most of the time when people are talking about you, it is negative. It is not usually positive because people don't give a fucking shit about anything positive. They want to talk about the tea, the gossip. So if they're talking about you, it's probably negative. So don't always believe what you hear. Trust me. I'm very honest. I'll tell you the truth, but it's not always the truth that's being said behind my back. So yeah, people don't believe me when I say I'm anxious. I'm socially anxious. I'm kind of shy. They're like, really? It all depends on the situation. It depends how comfortable I feel, how, I definitely have a guard up with people as well because I've gone through a lot. Okay, so here's my theory. I grew up so shy because I wasn't being my true self. I was being a fake ass, phony ass version of myself because I couldn't be openly gay, couldn't be open about my interests, my attractions, my anything. I had to be this like watered down version of Randy Kelly that wasn't true to who I was for years and years and years. I also was picked on, bullied. I mean, that shit fucks with your brain. And even into adulthood, everywhere I go, I am talked about. And I have become kind of traumatized. That is a form of trauma. Like, high school got really bad towards the end. It got bad. Like, I was okay mentally, but when I look back on it, holy shit, imagine having the entire school talking about you and not in a good way, and people hating you that don't even know you. I mean, there are so many things that have altered my brain chemistry. And not only am I gay, I've done the whole makeup thing. There are times I'm wearing makeup. I wear outlandish outfits. I don't really do that now, but for a while there, I was wearing, outfits that appeared gay. I also can just be kind of outrageous. My personality, I'm very open. And so I tend to overshare. I think that's honestly the social anxiety in me because sometimes I just don't know what the fuck to say. So I literally just start sharing random crap about myself because I really don't get embarrassed I don't really care. So I just tell people things, but not everybody wants to know all the details about my goddamn life. And sometimes I'm actually kind of a nerd. Like, I don't seem like it. Like, people always tell me, like, oh my God, you're like the cool gay. Somebody messaged me, they were like, aren't you like the popular gay? I'm like, popular? What? I'm literally like a nerd who's socially anxious and awkward. I think I've gotten better with age, but I'm surprisingly really awkward. I know it doesn't seem like it. This is like a big struggle when it comes to like dating and stuff. I am like terrified to meet up with people that I don't know. Like, I haven't even gone on a date in years. Because gays like never want to go on a date anyway. So it's like impossible to go on a date. Well, not impossible, but you know what I mean? Like, they're never like, oh, want to go on a date. They're more like, oh, want to come over. Like, job interviews scare me. The dentist scares me, doctor's appointments, even making phone calls. I'm actually better in person than I am on the phone. For whatever reason, making phone calls terrifies the shit out of me. Like, I hate being on the phone with people that I don't know. Like, oh my God. I remember when I got into a car accident, you know how you have to call the insurance? Oh my God, I was so nervous. Also, you sound like a dumbass because you have to explain like what you did stupid because it was my fault. I like bumped into somebody. So like, that's awkward. You have to get on the phone and be like, oh yeah, I did this. I'm an idiot. I didn't even get my license until I was in my early 20s. Like, I was terrified to take the driving test and I failed the first time. I think I told this on YouTube. Yeah, the bitch like literally like screamed at me because she didn't specify where to turn. So I turned it the wrong. Basically, she was like, no, turn here. I thought she meant the light, but she meant before the light. And so I did a really hard turn and she was like, holy shit. And I failed. I don't know if that's technically social anxiety, but I put off my driving test over and over and over and over for years. Like, you can get that shit at 16. I literally was like, I don't know, 22 or something. I didn't want to take it. I was so scared to take it. And finally I was like, Randy, you have to get your license. Like, this is ridiculous. You don't want to rely on people to drive you everywhere. That's annoying. And you just kind of look stupid when you can't drive yourself at like 23 or like above. Like, no shade to anyone that doesn't have a license. Like, I get it. Trust me. I don't like driving. That gives me anxiety as well. I don't like driving, but I like having the ability to drive so I can just do whatever I want. So yeah, I get really nervous meeting new people. people because I just never know what to expect. I always have it in my head. Like, I get in my own head. I think that's just insecurity in me because I'm so used to people being fake with me, or they'll find anything to talk about me behind my back about, like literally like dumb shit, like things that aren't even like a big deal. People will like go and talk about it. And then I find out later. People would be surprised how often I find out that they're talking about me and I don't tell them because I don't want to start drama. Believe it or not, I'm not here to start drama. If I could change one thing about myself, it is hands down my anxiety. I wish I could erase it. I wish it could just be gone, disappear. That is the one thing I wish I could change about my brain and myself, but I can't. That's who I am. I'm something I'm going to have to deal with my whole life. Oh, and public speaking, forget about it. I am terrified. Oh my God. You should have seen me in high school. When we had a unit where we had to do public speaking, ask my friends back then. I was talking about it for months leading up to it. I was like, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I got through it. It was okay. But like, I was dreading it for months. I was talking about that shit. And then I had to take one in college. Oh my God. And those people, I'm envious of people that like giving speeches or are comfortable to get up and just give a speech and they're not even nervous or they don't seem nervous. I'm like, how is that humanly possible? Like, I'm literally like pissing myself. So I think it can be confusing for people because I come across like I'm very confident. Like, people see me as kind of like this pillar of confidence, right? Like, I seem on the exterior super confident, especially when I go out into the world with like makeup on and like, I just seem like I give no fucks. I mean, I do, but I still want to be who I am and I want to do what makes me happy. And it's like, I can't live my life pleasing everybody else. Like, I want to be somebody that you're going to remember. And so I'm not going to completely adjust who I am because the world isn't always nice. Like, it is what it is. I've been dealing with people's bullshit for my whole life. So if you're struggling with anxiety, just know that it is a huge part of my life. It's a huge obstacle that I have to face all the time, but you can still look amazing, be amazing. You can still fucking be fabulous. Like, whoever you want to be, you can be, and you can still have anxiety. It doesn't have to stop you. I mean, it's held me back a little bit. It's definitely held me back in situations, and it's really unfortunate, but it hasn't stopped me from being who I am. And I am currently experimenting because I don't know if I'm going to take it long term. I'm on Zoloft, actually. So it's an antidepressant, but it's supposed to help with social anxiety, like if you take it consistently. I refuse to take Xanax because, first of all, people abuse it. First of all, nobody wants to prescribe Xanax because people abuse it. It's addictive. People use it literally to get high. Like, it is so common that people are just abusing it to get high. They're not even taking it for the right reasons. And so nobody really wants to prescribe it because it's like, I really don't want anything that's going to alter my brain in any negative way. Like, I'm trying to like improve my brain here, not like make it worse, because I don't need anything that's going to be like addictive or cause like a high. I'm not trying to get high. I'm trying to tame my anxiety over here. I'm not trying to get high. Like, I'll smoke weed if I want to get high, which I don't like smoking weed. I don't like getting high. So it's all a journey and a process, and we will get through it. We all will, because I know that a lot of people struggle with anxiety. I don't know how many people that I know of that have social anxiety, but I'm sure a lot of people do. They just don't talk about it, or I'm not aware of it. But yeah, a lot of people probably aren't aware that I have it, but now you know. So yeah, I felt compelled to talk about that because it's such a big part of my life. How could I not? Like, I'm probably going to talk about it again because it's literally, I have oh, that's another thing. I struggle with panic attacks occasionally. That's the worst when you're in a situation. That's why I don't like situations that you can't remove yourself, because I'm terrified of having a panic attack in public. The worst thing ever is when you're panicking and people see you panicking. They're noticing that you're panicking because then you panic more. Trust me, I have had panic attacks at school, at work. Work is probably the worst place to have it. I felt like school, I could kind of remove myself and handle it better. Work is like high pressure, high stress, especially when you're working with the public. Like, sometimes it's a struggle, and it's such a fear of mine to go in panic mode when I'm at work. I'm like, please, God, help me get through this. Come to think of it, I don't think I've had a panic attack in a while, but let's knock on wood. This isn't wood, but let's not. God, I'm like sweating. Can you tell? Do I look oily? I'm sweating. Oh. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.